Yeah. I'm struggling. I'm struggling this morning. And we are live. Welcome to Annie's Flock Weekly Live. My name is Annie. And we're going to be talking today. My glasses are dirty. I'm sorry. Today we're going to be, the topic that was chosen is bird toys, what you should avoid. So I almost missed the 10 a.m. mark for my live because I wanted to have Olive, my black-egg conure, with me. But I don't know, every time I would be coming here, she would be scared of, I guess, the ring light. So I was not able to get her close to my setup to do the live. So, which is weird because she's been on lives before, but I mean, the weather shifted. It's really dark outside right now. So maybe and in the house, so maybe the ring light is a little bit more powerful that it seems usually. I don't know. Anyways, so no birds today in that live because she just didn't want to hang out with me. So we're going to be talking about toys for your birds, and specifically what you should avoid. What accent is that? I'm French Canadian. English is my second language. Yeah, so specifically what you should avoid when it comes to toys for your birds, your parrots, anything between in sizes, anything between a tiny little parrotlet to a super huge macaw. So let's just start. And then if you do have birds or you have questions about the topic, please put that in the chat and I will answer those as much as I can. I'm going to try to really stick to the topic though, because I like to keep those lives short. I want to say like max half an hour, and there's quite a bit to say, but okay. So first, now I don't have a lot of example of toys because I don't carry those toys for the reason that I will tell you. And then every time I'm going to talk about something you should avoid, I'm going to tell you why you should avoid this. First thing that you should avoid when it comes to toys for your birds is plastic. You should definitely avoid plastic. Now, is there some plastic toys that are kind of okay? Yes, I will go over those. But generally speaking, the rule would be avoid plastic toys. Why? Because the whole point of buying toys for your parrots is so that they can destroy. So my conure is like screaming right now. I don't know if you can hear her, but she doesn't want to be with me. She's scared of the ring light today. I don't know why. Anyways, yes. So the whole point of getting toys for your parrots, your birds, is so that they can destroy them, because it kind of mimics a natural behavior that they have in the wild, and it's part of who they are, and it helps trimming their beak. It's engaging their brain. It's who they are and what they're meant for, really. Not only that, but part of it, parrots and birds are foragers, so they usually destroy things in order to find stuff, to find food, and then their beak always grows. So if you don't want to end up at the vet all the time, providing toys that they can destroy is going to help them to trim that beak naturally. So plastic, they can't destroy it. So there's no point of spending money on plastic toys that has no purpose. The other thing why I would avoid plastic toys is that the bigger the bird, the more chance that they might actually be able to destroy those toys and hurt themselves, because how the plastic is going to break, it's usually going to break in a really sharp edge, and then they can actually hurt themselves. So let's avoid that. Sometimes it can be a little bit of an hormonal trigger as well. Now, if you don't know, parrots, when they get hormonal, they can get really aggressive and territorial. So again, you want to avoid this. Now, the other thing is plastic is really hard to clean properly. It's very porous, so bacteria sticks in there pretty easily, and it's really hard to clean. Same thing for bowls. I got rid of all the plastic food dish or water dish because of the same reason. It's really hard to clean. It's hard to sanitize. It's hard to, it's just porous. Plastic is porous, so all the bacteria is going to stick in there. Now, there are some toys that that are made of plastic that aren't too bad, and they are usually foraging toys for bigger parrots. I want to say like medium size to bigger, so like little drawers and little little drawer, like it's little toys that they can like move and open a drawer or whatever, and then there's food in it. So these ones, they're not bad because they really do stimulate the bird. My issue with those ones, again, is because the plastic is porous. So it's so easy to get the bacteria stuck in there, and it's a pain to clean, and in the corners, and it's just a pain to clean. I guess if you only have one bird and you have lots of time to clean all that mess, then it doesn't matter, but I have 4, so I'm trying to keep my time. It's a lot of cleaning having 4 birds. So hi, Benjamin. Let me know, guys, if you have birds or you have birds in the past and what it is. I'm always interested to see what people had or have, or what they want, what type of bird they want. I'm always interested in knowing. The other thing that you should avoid when it comes to toys is anything made of fabric, like little huts and rope and stuff like that are made of fabrics. And sometimes you'll see like a toy with like all kinds of different things, but then you're gonna have some fabric in it, or you want to avoid this as well, because rope, especially cotton or fabric or whatever, again, your bird is going to try to destroy this. And the problem with this is that they can't. So if they destroy it, sometimes they'll eat a little bit of it and they won't be able to digest it. And guess what? They can die. So I mean, if you bring it, because it's going to impact their crop, right? So, and then they can't eat, and then they start losing weight, and then if you try to go to the vet, most likely going to need surgery to get all of that stuff removed. And then surgery, there's no guarantee ever when you get surgery. They can still die. And if you don't see that they're losing weight, you don't see that they're acting differently, birds, they can hide their illness really, really for a really long time until they no longer can't. They no longer can hide their illness, and then once they're at that stage, it's too far already. So, anyways, I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but fabric is a big no-no. In the same sense, rope. I know a lot of people are using rope, like rope perches, rope swing, rope boings. I have a few examples here. So this here, this is a rope, right? So it's like a perch, right? So you attach it here and then they can perch on it. So the thing about rope is that it's very comfortable for their feet. The problem with this, again, it's fabric, and they can chew on this and then ingest it. And then, So I do have a few of those. They are never in their cages though. They're always on a play stand, or I have like a whole play area above the cages. And so they're always under supervision when they are, they're always under supervision when they are outside of their cage. So I will see if they start chewing on this. I had a swing one time that the swing was completely like a rope like this, but the top, there was like the excess of the rope, and then my budgies started to chew on this one, so I got rid of it because right away when I saw that they started to chew on the little excess of fabric, I just got rid of it. Now there are in some places, there's a store in kind of my area that they sell a rope. They sell rope, but it's natural. It's not, I don't know what the material is called, but this is a boing, right? So you have boings like this that are made of fabric as well, but see how this one is like a natural, I don't know what it's called, to be honest, but this is not something that could impact their crop because it's made of a natural, I don't want to say fabric, but material. So this is fine. You can replace anything you have like this, you can replace with something like that. And they can grip really, they can grip really well on this too. So they like to climb on this, and it's really cool. So I would change any rope for this unless you use it in a really smart way and you know that your bird is not chewing on the rope. In the same type of idea, in the fabric type, anything that looks like a nest, usually you'll find those that they look like they're made of fabric, like those little tents or little huts. But there are other material too. I started to see some that are made like from this type of material or whatever, like palm leaves and stuff like that. The problem with this is anything that looks like a nest, it's going to trigger hormones with your parrot. And then, yeah, again, it comes back to a bird that's hormonal. It's going to be aggressive, it's going to be territorial, might attack other people in the household that are not their favorite person, might get possessive over their favorite person, will most likely bite out of the blue for no specific reason. Just so my mic was so far from me. I hope you can hear me well. So, sorry, what's going on here? There's a whole bunch. Yeah, I don't understand that message. What's going on here? Okay. Yeah, so you really want to avoid anything that would trigger hormones with your parrots. So huts, absolutely not. But then if you're looking at, and I know people, especially people that owns conures, cockatiel or cockatiel. I mixed the French and the English on that one. Lovebirds. Those are the ones that usually people will get huts because they're little cuddly birds. I want to say especially conures. And even like I don't know how to explain this, but they like to be like tucked into something for sleeping. So a lot of people will say, well, my conure just loves the hut so much. Yes. But let's say it's not actually triggering any hormonal behavior for whatever reason, it's working for you. The problem with the hut, again, is the fabric, right? So they'll chew the inside of the fabric, they'll chew, and it's so detrimental for them if they ingest any of the fabric. So I would definitely avoid it altogether. I'm looking at my notes so I don't forget anything. The other thing you want to avoid when it comes to toys for your parrots is anything that has, that's Lucy, my engineering neck. Anything that has bells. So the thing with bells, and sometimes you'll even find, especially I find for bigger parrots like African gray to macaw, like they sell those bells in the pet store, like it's just a big bell, that's it, like a stainless steel big bell, then they say it's for big parrots and blah blah blah. I'm talking, the subject today is birds toys. So toys for your birds, what you should avoid when you buy toys for your birds, your pet parrot. So yeah, avoid bells. Again, bells are known to be a hormonal trigger for your birds. So this is going to lead to aggression, being territorial, attacking other people, being protective over their favorite person in the household. You have 2 budgies and 1 cockatiel. Nice. So yeah, you want to stick around and watch this video for sure. Sure, unless you already all know that information, but I'm gonna put I'm talking a lot about things that you should, basically what toys you should avoid and why. And it's depending on where you are in the world. Sometimes it's really hard to find what we're looking for because pet store. I live on the west coast of Canada, and pet store in general, they just sell just the stuff you should avoid. So, but I do have one of my favorite bird. They just sell bird stuff, and then also like small animals like rabbits and stuff like that, but they're really good. And they do have some toys that are like meh, but usually they're good. Tissue, not made of fabric though, right? Like a paper tissue is fine. Yeah, they can like chew and rip it off, and that's good. Yeah, so bells, you want to avoid bells. Now, there are toys that are like, the whole toy is amazing. It's something they can destroy, but then there's a bell at the end. You can always just remove the bell if you want and just keep the rest of it. That's fine. But the problem with bell, again, I find especially my male, so I have 4 birds altogether. I have 2 budgies, a male and a female. And then I have a female conure and a female Indian ringneck. I find the one that was triggered the most with bells was my male budgie. He would go nuts on that thing. So, and then his like hormonal, like his hormones were like, anyways, both of my budgies are housed together, and I don't want to have babies. So I need to be really careful with that. And so far I had them for, I want to say 3, almost 4 years, and I haven't had any issue so far. No babies, no nothing, and they're really bonded. So I'm just being really careful. But I realized when I had a toy with a bell, and he would go like insane, and then he would just start, it was not good. So I got rid of it. And then I did a little bit of research and then find out, it is for a lot of birds, it's a hormonal trigger. Now, the other thing that's kind of dangerous is like, especially for the smaller birds, can I put all my birds in the same cage? So, yes, but. So I want to say, your budgies, most likely, yes. So I don't know for how long you have all your birds, but you can introduce your budgies slowly and see if they get along. And if they do get along, you can put them together. Now, you just have to be careful. If it's a male and a female, they can get really bonded, and if they are hormonal, they might try to have babies. So you need to be careful with that if you don't want to end up with baby birds. Your cockatiel, it is a bigger bird. So the thing we want to be the thing we want to be careful about different sizes in birds is that the bigger bird can hurt the other bird really badly, right? So we want to be careful with that. And then when you have different species together, the problem is they don't always communicate the same way. So budgie is a parakeet, and then your cockatiel is from the cockatoos family. They communicate very differently. So they might not necessarily understand each other. Having said that, I have seen, especially when you have a big cage that is more like an aviary style cage, they have space for themselves. So they're not always like really stuck with the other birds. If they want to just get away, they can. I have seen cockatiel and budgies together, and it works. But I would be really careful. I would introduce them really slowly, and I would make sure I have a really big cage to make sure that the cockatiel can have its own space. Now, the other thing, you have 2 budgies, 1 cockatiel. Budgies, they are known to gang up on other birds, to be little bullies. So especially if you have more than one, they might start to bully your cockatiel. So you want to be careful with that as well. So it's like a touchy question. There's no absolute. I think it's you have to try it and you have to be really slow about it. Yes, it's okay to put your birds outside when it's sunny. You just want to be careful about the overall temperature. So I want to say for cockatiel and budgies, you probably, so I'm in Canada, so I'm going to talk in Celsius, but you probably want to put them outside only when it's like between maybe let's say 20 degrees to 24, 25. If it's colder than 20, they might get cold. If it's warmer than 25, then they might get too hot and overheat. They're really small. So Canada too. Yeah, nice. The other thing you want to be careful is the direct sun, right? Because sometimes if the sun is directly on them, the temperature can get higher. But the sun is really good for your birds, actually. So it's really, really good for them. I try to get my birds outside as much as I can when it's sunny. I have backpacks, bird carrier. I have like another cage that I can bring outside. So I try to do that. I also, in the summer, I have a screened-in gazebo. So far, I've always been, oh my gosh, I can't speak. I only have been able to bring my conure outside in the gazebo. The other ones I can bring them outside, but not loose in the screened-in gazebo because they get freaked out with all the noises and all of that. So it's a work in progress, if you will. And yes, in Canada, the thing is it's not sunny and beautiful all year round. So it's like every spring, it's reintroducing the outdoors, right? But my conure, I'm able to bring her outside in my screened-in gazebo with me without an issue. Just make sure that they're safe, that they can't escape, and you'll be good. Yes, well, if you look on my channel, you'll see, yeah, if you're able to see your birds, yeah. If you look on my channel, you'll see a whole bunch of videos with them. Right now, I tried to bring my conure with me, but she was scared of the ring light today. I don't know why. She didn't want to be around. So you can only hear them. You can't see them right now. I'll try maybe at the end. I'll grab my phone and then I'll go in the bird room so that you can have a quick look. Okay, so I'm trying to keep this short, under half an hour. Let's say I have another 5 minutes to go. So I'm just going to quickly go over the other things you should avoid for toys, and then I'll try to get to the boardroom. It's going to be a little bit shaky, but it's okay. Be careful with what type of metal you're using. That's what I wanted to say about the tiny bells. I find toys with small bells for smaller birds. Sometimes the inside, they are able to break it and it can cut your bird. So you need to be careful with that. But again, if you get rid of the bells, then you're fine. Anything metal, if you buy like a cheap toy out of Amazon, Temu, blah, 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 sometimes the metal that is being used to like put the toy together is really cheap or rusted. You need to be careful with that. Rust is very, very toxic for your parrots, so you have to be careful with that. Mirrors, no mirrors, none. Mirrors are huge hormonal triggers, but not only that, the bird doesn't make the difference between the mirror and another bird, and they get frustrated and obsessed with their own image because they see another bird, but they can't really connect with that other bird. So they get really frustrated, really obsessed, and birds are really smart. So, I mean, it can be a hormonal trigger as well, for sure. But they're really smart, but not smart enough to realize that it's their own reflection. And that causes problems. Yeah, it really causes a lot of issues mentally, I want to say. So no mirrors. The last thing I want to talk about is dye. There's a lot of wood pieces in toys that are dyed. You have to be a little bit careful. Try to see if it's like a natural dye. If usually natural dyes are going to be a little bit more pale, not as vibrant in the colors. When something is very, very vibrant, you want to be careful. I love, so the store I get all my toys, almost everything anyways, for my birds is in Port Coquitlam, BC, and it's called Feathered Addictions. Look them up. You can order online. They ship everywhere internationally. And they have their own collection. They sell other things like Planet Pleasures. They sell other brands, but they have their own collection. And I love their own collection because it's all natural dye, the coloring, and their product is like amazing. I really like their own brand. So, okay. I have 2 minutes left. I'm going to bring you with me into my bird room. And then you'll be able to see my birds. So I hope that, Anaya, you're still there because you're going to see my birds. So I have Olive right here, my black-egg conure. Yes. And then I have here my budgies. Oh, I have my two, where are they? Where are you guys? Oh, there you go. They're right here. My two little budgies. And then I have my Indian ringneck. Ooh, ooh. That's a weird angle. I have Lucy, my Indian ringneck, right here. I'm going to try to take Olive out. She doesn't really like when I wear my glasses, but my eyes are really tired and I won't see anything. Come on. Are you okay, baby? What's going on? Are you stuck? Come on, baby girl. Come on. Come on. You want to step up? You want to step up? Do you want to step up? Oh, you don't like my glasses? I'm going to have to remove my glasses. She won't come see me. Come on. You want to step up? Come on, baby. Want to step up? No. What's going on? That's Olive. What is it? You want to step up? Want to step up? No. She's like not interested. I don't know what she has today, but here she is. Olive, hi. Are you going to say hi? Hi. Oh, good job, baby girl. I'm going to give her a treat. Yeah, she's trained. She learned a whole bunch of tricks. So she says bye-bye. So I'm just going to give her a little treat. Are we going to do another one? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good job. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this live. I will be taking a little break from the weekly live. I've been doing weekly lives every Saturday from 10 to 10:30 for, I don't know, a few months now. I want to say 5 months. Did I start it this summer? I can't remember. I want to say maybe 5 months. I need to take a little break from the weekly lives, but here she is, little baby. We'll see. I might come back if you want. Follow me. And if you want me to talk about some stuff, I feel like I have a lot of content already on the channel, but you can go on the community tab now and you can like put some comments, ask questions there. And if I see there's a lot of questions and comments about stuff, then I might just pop in to just talk about those ones. So, yes. No. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good week.